You just got fired today. Time to brush up the resume. Let's get fired.
Welcome to Let's Get Fired, the podcast where guests tell me about their crazy work experiences and we laugh about it. I'm your out-of-work host, Alex Shklar. Today we have with us David Phillips, who's probably our least unemployed guest so far. David is a certified Jewish lawyer from California who now has his own practice in New York. I'm not sure how much experience he has about being unemployed, but I've dated a lawyer, so I know for a fact he has a lot of experience with very shitty coworkers.
Well, thank you, Alex. Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a lot of fun.
You made the short list.
I made the short list. Well, it's the Brooklyn dream, to be able to do in a podcast on a Friday afternoon, drinking a Pacifico. It's great.
You're working for yourself, right?
Yeah, I have my own practice.
Yeah, just for the viewers at home, it is 2 p.m. on a Friday. Yeah. It's the most unemployed hour.
Yeah, it's a good time. I mean, who's doing work at the office on a Friday afternoon anyway?
Oh, everybody's working from home on a Friday.
No one's doing anything. I mean, I can't even get myself to write an email right now. I went to court today. I did Zoom court.
Ooh.
And put on a suit and tie, sat in front of my Zoom camera.
Full suit and tie or just the upper part?
Today was just the upper part, but when I really need to be on, I'll go down to the shoes because I want the mindset of being
I'm in a courtroom.
I'm in a courtroom and I'm sharp right now. And the way your feet feel, it's that energy transmits up your body, in my opinion. And
you are pretty neurotic, so I feel like you probably focus on the fact that I'm wearing slippers. How can I represent this person when I'm not even on point?
I do agree that I'm a neurotic person. I feel like I do a lot to combat that so it doesn't manifest totally in my day-to-day life. But I do, if I'm wearing slippers and the rest of my body's in a suit and I want to be sharp and my feet and I'm feeling too comfortable because of the slippers, I will focus on that. So I guess that train of thought is neurotic. I guess I just proved your point.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with neuroticism. I think people who are oh, this guy's obsessed with every little minor detail. It's good to be carefree, but also sloth is the opposite of neuroticism. You don't think enough, and now all of a sudden you don't give a shit.
Right. I agree with that 100%. I think ultimately my the way my mind works, and everybody's mind works, it's your greatest strength and also your greatest enemy. You gotta just I think over time, part of becoming an adult is learning how to work with it.
Yeah, you want to reel it in when it's not serving you.
100%. That's beautifully said.
Yeah, because when you run stuff, when you produce a open mic, a show, all that neuroticism is actually kind of good because now you're thinking of every minor detail.
Yep.
And you're also a step ahead of oh, what could go wrong? How could I prevent it?
And you're great at that. I mean, you run a great open mic and a great show.
Oh, yeah.
Your stuff bangs.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, it's really great. So it's very impressive. So whatever you're doing, keep it up, man, because you're good at that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We're just gonna give each other compliments for an hour.
Well, you haven't given me a single compliment, but I'm giving you compliments.
I said you're good at self-control.
Oh yes, that's true. You didn't say good. You were I noticed this is something you can do. I guess that is kind of good. I guess that's good. Did I hurt your feelings today when I came in hot and was you need to put things on the wall? Did that make you sad?
No.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I've had multiple people acknowledge that my walls are a little barren.
They're super barren, dude. And it's I know that because I know a while ago, I have a painting that I made that says fun is fun is fun is fun. And you run the fun mic, so I was trying to get you to buy it. And you were no, I like my walls bare. I thought that was so then when I came in today, your new spot is much bigger, awesome place.
Thank you.
Love it. But the walls are so bare, Alex. It's let's put some love in here,
I have commitment issues because I feel I need to put stuff up, but I'm I don't want to put a hole and a screw and a painting and then like realize I don't like it.
Well, you can use command strips where you don't put holes in the wall. The same way you've probably stuck these in. There's similar types of adhesives. I don't drill into the walls.
Double-sided
double-sided, but there's like, they can hold up to like a 36-pound painting.
Yeah.
And you can get them at a hardware store.
I mean, this is not a rational train of thought. 100%.
Not at all.
I'm aware of it.
Not aware, but it will improve your life. It's like an easy thing to improve your life to have art on the walls. I mean, do you like art? Do you like visual art?
That's the thing. I'm kind of on the fence because I do like the idea of art, but I've been to apartments where it's like painting, and I'm like, that's too much.
Well, no, but that's not my question asking. Like, do you ever see a painting and you're like, wow, that's beautiful, I love that?
Yeah, but it's not frequent. It's like, if I'll go to a museum, it's like professionally made. It's a specific topic or theme, and the color palette is like something I like. But generally, it's like if I go to the Met, I wouldn't hang majority of the paintings in my house that are there.
Do you have paintings that come to mind that you're like, I really like that painting?
Oh, that's a good question. I like the hyper-realistic stuff where like you could see like the minor details. I forgot which era it is. I'm so bad at like history and art history.
But Russians like paintings like that. A lot of Russians I meet are like, this is a true painting, and it's just like hyper-realism, detail to the bone. That's how.
It's skill.
You're into the skill, the technique.
Yeah, it's like I don't like abstract art, and like, no offense, David, to you, you have your style.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if anything feels, even if I can't do it, if it feels like I can, I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah, but the thing is with that logic is, I mean, I accept that, but like a lot of the best rock songs are like G, D, C, and somebody singing, and their voice is very specific to them.
Yeah.
And so it's like anybody could technically do that.
Not well though.
No, but I mean, the skill of anyone can recreate it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can make something like that. But what makes it a great song is like the magic of it, and that's the art. Yeah. And like that's the same thing with joke telling. I mean, anybody can write a joke. Like anyone can string words together and talk into a microphone, right? So it's like, but what the vessel holds is the artwork. That's why like abstract art has power. But the same thing why music has power, even though it's like anybody can make a drum beat.
Yeah, well, I do like simple music too, like Green Day. If you take the lyrics off, it really is like just the whole GDE.
And they made billions of dollars off of it. And like but you don't like it because you can play it too. I mean, it's like that's even in our modern age, right? When you have like machines that can really like do the skill and do the technique or whatever. What's going to separate the men and the boys is like your artistic point of view, your passion, what comes from your gut. I mean, and those things are like that. Those are gifted to you, and you just develop them through time and hard work.
You bored yourself through that sentence.
No, no.
You're like, am I gonna finish this?
Yeah. I had a burrito before coming here, so it got me. That was the burrito yawning.
Did you plan it in ahead? You're like, I'm gonna have that Pacifica. I better get a Mexican food.
No, that wasn't conscious, but I didn't eat breakfast this morning, and then I got to this area like 30 minutes ahead of time and stopped in and got a burrito.
Oh, where'd you go?
It's on 41st and maybe 5th Ave. There's like it's like a Mexican kind of cafe-ish.
1st and 5th. I don't think I know that one. There's a really good Mexican place on 4th and 44th. Tacos El Bronco. I always recommend it.
Yeah.
It's the best. And they're open late, so if you're here like at 1, 2 a.m., it's the spot.
Oh, dude, I'll try that.
It's amazing. If you're ever coming back, let me know. I'll take you there. We could go there. I mean, you just ate, but I was gonna say like I could take you there right now.
No, I just ate, but thank you so much. I'm gonna need to walk it off after. How long of a walk is it from here to Prospect Park?
Prospect, probably like an hour.
I mean, that's not bad. Like the Nighthawk in Prospect Park, it's like an hour away.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably walk there and then take the G.
Oh, you go like 9th Street.
The G that's there.
Oh yeah.
And then
right there,
and then I'm gonna take it back to Bed-Stuy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, Bed-Stuy. Do you like Bed-Stuy? Did you live in Bed-Stuy before? Or was it...
I lived in Fort Greene for 3 years, and then I moved, and I've been in Bed-Stuy for like 3 years. Yeah.
I feel like it's a move down because Fort Greene is nice.
Fort Greene is nice, but it is. It may be a move down. I have more space where I live now. In Fort Greene, I lived in a studio.
Oh, okay.
So I have more space, and Fort Greene is so nice. It was so great, but it kind of ran its course for me. I don't I never I want to go back, but I'm 20-minute walk away, so I walk there all the time.
Oh, do you find yourself not settling places and like trying to move around a lot?
No, not really. I mean, I moved a 20-minute walk from where I lived in Fort Greene, so it's like for 6 years I've been in the same little circle. Yeah.
The place that I lived before was 2 blocks from right here.
I know. I saw it. I was like, yeah, he's the same. It's just like you get comfortable. I would want to move. I would want to live in Manhattan again.
Oh.
I'm kind of like, I think Brooklyn isn't Manhattan.
No.
In any other than it's close. I think like Brooklyn. I mean, you live in a very like family oriented immigrant.
Yes.
Area.
A lot of Polish people here.
Yeah. And so that's one thing, but like kind of where I live, it's like a very gentrified area.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of has the spirit of what they make fun of in Portlandia. It's like like a very gentrified white liberal thing, and like that's what it is, and you can find that really anywhere. But like Manhattan isn't that. Manhattan's it's like a greater power than, you can't gentrify Manhattan. I mean, people move there and it gets gentrified, but the spirit doesn't change. Whereas like the gentrifying spirit kind of carries with it. You understand what I'm saying?
I think Manhattan is like, it's built in that it's going to be transient. People are going to be moving in and out all the time.
Yeah.
So neighborhoods, the people change, but the neighborhood identity stays.
Such a good point. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've been in the East Village recently, just hanging out, and it's like, this is incredible. Like, it's a fucking miracle.
It's honestly too much, because I've lived here my whole life, and Manhattan people are on their A game all the time.
All the time.
And in the past, this is before our time, people would there would be like a rule, like a hard rule. You can't go into Manhattan if you're not wearing a suit.
Wow.
Like, you have to dress up to go into the city. Not like to go to a place.
Right.
To be present in the city, if you're not homeless, you have to be dressed up.
I mean, it's fantastic. You're so right. Like, whenever, I'm not there all the time, but I was there playing pool this past week, and just meeting the guys who were coming to play pool. They were just like coming off their jobs, and they were on their A game, just like charging, just like high octane young professionals. And it was cool to be around. It wasn't like lazy and comfortable like Brooklyn is. It was like, it's charged.
It's good, but like I'm an anxious guy, so if I'm around like anxious energy all the time,
you'll become anxious.
I'm uncomfortable, because everyone's just like, time is money. I work like 9 to 7 or 9 to 8. I have an hour to enjoy myself, and they're like, I'm gonna have so much fun.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. I couldn't live in a little room. Like in East Village, you get like your room is just enough space for a bed. Like, it's just a bed. And I was like, when I went to college here, I lived in a room like that, where it was just a bed in the East Village.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's easy to do that if that's all you know, but once you have the comfort of like, oh, space is kind of nice, then it's hard to go back.
You can't go back. But if I, moved in with a romantic partner, and we could get like a 2-bedroom or at least even a 1-bedroom in the city, I might do it. Maybe on the Upper West Side. I mean, I love the Upper West Side. I feel like the Upper West Side is like akin to Brooklyn while still being Manhattan.
Yeah. There's definitely a little bit of like, it's a little bit more lax. It's some people don't consider it a city because it's too far from Midtown. It's not far, but it's like, it's not Midtown.
No, but there still is like that element of A game there.
Yeah, there's still like a lot of like nice, expensive restaurants.
Yeah, and the Central Park is a real. I mean,
Yeah.
Central Park is like a eighth wonder of the world. I mean, all the good stuff up there is. It's the reason why people pay money to come visit New York City. People don't come to New York City to like see Bed-Stuy or see Sheepshead Bay.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I mean, it's just they're like comfortable, beautiful neighborhoods. I'm very grateful to live in Bed-Stuy. I don't have any plan on moving, but it's not the reason I moved here in the first place. The reason I moved here in the first place was Manhattan.
Yeah, but honestly, a lot of the people who come here, even if they're staying here for like college or like a few years, a lot of them leave because it is a lot.
Oh yeah, it broke me down. I mean, like I went to NYU and I was in the city for 4 years, and at the end I was like, I gotta get out. I gotta be in nature.
Yep.
I was like, I need to be in nature. So then I moved back to California.
Yeah, it feels like you're trapped in this cement city, and technically you're an hour away drive from like all the forests, but in reality you're like, oh shit, I leave the house and there's buildings. Like in the city, there's almost no skyline.
Right.
You see the sunset through a sliver of buildings.
It's brutal. It's brutal, but the energy is ridiculous. I mean, and you can see it. Like it's just like it's this like brightness. It's just hoping. It's like the city's even though it's so full of light. I can't even. It's like, but like spiritual light. Like it's just this energy. It's just glorious.
Everybody's excited to be here.
Blood is pumping.
Yeah.
Blood is pumping. People are walking around. Their circulation is good. They're young. They're beautiful. I mean, It's like you're just like these young, beautiful people just everywhere, and you're like, whoa. And it's not in Brooklyn. There are young, beautiful people too, but in the city, you're just like, oh my god, this
like
is miraculous.
on the weekend, especially like starting like 9 p.m. You like everybody's dressed to the nines. Everybody's like has their best makeup on, their best shoes on. It's like the energy. Like, we're going out, and like it doesn't matter if like it's somebody who's like pre-gaming and about to like go to a dive bar, or somebody who's about to go to like an upscale cocktail lounge. Everybody's like doing their best. It's very competitive.
It is competitive, and that's like tough if you're not totally wired that way. Which is something that I feel like I have to constantly
I'm not. I do like winning. I do like the idea of competition, but I feel like when it's like one of those like games where like the prize is like, I don't know, bragging rights, I'm like, well, what are you guys doing? Like, enjoy your life. You don't have to be the best at everything. Like, you don't have to go out and like I don't know, get like 20 girls' numbers. Like, this is like, just enjoy your time.
That's competing over getting girls' numbers is like.
But it's competing over everything.
That's
it's like,
people who are hyped like Jordan or Tom Brady, or Kobe, like they have to win at every single game.
Like people that we have to stay till closing. It's like you don't have to be out till 4 a.m. I know it's an option, but you don't have to.
You're kind of describing hypermasculinity.
I think girls probably have the same thing. I feel like it's you're trying to make the most of the city. It's very expensive to live here. So you're almost like, what am I doing here if I'm not gonna do this?
No, I hear you. I'm not wired that way either, but I think that's something I've really been pondering recently, is just being like, I have people in my life who have that like hyper competitiveness in them, and it like drives them, and I don't have it. I'm more holistic, and I feel like I'm like, should I be different?
I feel like it's fine to do whatever you want, but I worry when people get too competitive, and the sole like defining factor of like whether they find themselves being successful or not, or like happy, is like if they win. Like if they don't get the thing they want, they're like, oh fuck, my life is fucked. I didn't like get that promotion I wanted, or like I didn't get married by the age of 33 and have a kid by 35. It's like it's not that like black and white. You could like,
but that's baby boomer. I mean, I feel like the baby boomer generation was very competitive.
The dating apps make me feel like it's all people, because like I'll see people with like a laundry list. It's like, this is how tall you gotta be. This is what you gotta make. It's like what if you find the perfect husband who's like an inch shorter than you want?
Are you having trouble dating?
A little bit. The apps are just bad. I think it's the problem is with the apps. We've in the beginning, the guys were inundated with it, and they're like, all right, how do I game this system? How do I match with as many people, go on as many dates as possible?
Yeah.
And the women were just kind of like, oh, this is a cute little way to meet more guys. Mm-hmm. But then once women got like deep into it, and they're like, all right, I have 1,000 guys who want to meet me.
Yeah.
I could like maximize this and find the guy who's gonna get me the nicest dinner, or the guy who's gonna be the most like conveniently located. He's gonna be like next block. So like it became very transactional when like because when guys are doing it, like we're kind of shitty. We're like, oh, let's find the hottest girl and sleep with her. But when women start getting
at some point to the dating journey, but I feel like that you get to a point where you're like, I mean, I feel like the dating journey is like, you know, you're in a relationship, you get out of a relationship, and there's a first chapter where it's like, oh, I just want to have sex and like not be in any type of relationship. I just want to have sex with as many people as possible because I've been committed for so long.
Yep.
But then I feel like after that, then that desire to like that desire just to sleep with a bunch of different people who you're attracted to kind of wanes, and then you have to like work on yourself and do your healing or whatever, and then you kind of get to a point where you're like, I just want to like connect, and just connect with somebody on a definitely sexual, like that's a huge part, but you're like, I just want to fucking kick it, like because we're adults and it's lonely out here.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. There's definitely like the first like post breakup point is like, I want somebody who'll come over and get the fuck out as soon as we're done.
Yeah. Yes, that's not very nicely put, though. I mean, that's not very nice.
But the girls have the same exact approach.
Well, it's crazy when it was crazy, and because you attract. I really believe this. I know it's hard to believe it when you're in kind of a rut like you're in. Mm-hmm. It's hard to believe it, but you really attract what's in your internal energy. So, however your internal energy is kind of what you attract. Mm-hmm. So, like when I was in that stage you're talking about, where you just want to have sex or whatever, I would hook up with women. And after we were done, they would get up and leave. And like they'd be like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to go home now.
Well, women are also very intuitive, so they pick up on the energy. Like, I think like if they feel like, oh, this guy has no interest in cuddling or me spending the night, they don't feel welcome.
Maybe, yeah, they feel it. So either way, but both. You're attracted to my point, you're attracted to that shit. Like you're attracted to women who are like, all right, I'm down to sleep with the guy who just wants to have sex.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you go through your like healing energy or whatever and kind of commit to working on yourself a little bit and you get your energy right, then you attract people who like, you know, want to cuddle with you.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get there.
You will. I think everybody I feel like the problem with it is that you don't get there at the timeline you want. You're like, I'm ready now. Yeah. And you're just like, no, it's like a math problem. It's like, no, there's X amount more time you need to like arrive at your new energy. And then
it's a lot like comedy. It's like, oh, I'm ready for the big stage. It's like, yeah, but you need another 2 years. Like you can like take all the shortcuts you want. If you don't have enough experience and you don't feel the correct way on stage, you're not going to do well when faced with the challenge of like a room that you've never done before.
Oh yeah. I mean, comedy's like very time oriented. It's very time oriented.
And then you see somebody like skip the line and then like they just like fall on their face. It's like
in comedy, it seems to be like that's the most true. But then there's other mediums. It's like, you know, you can blow right. Mediums, like you could blow right away like a band. But though you read a lot of these histories of bands, and like the people, like they go through a lot of bands. You know, there's a lot of breakups, there's a lot of first bands or second bands. Like there's a long journey to popping. I think you just got to I think you have to consistently make art for like a long time before something breaks. I think that's generally how it goes.
And also accept that like you're not gonna get it right on the first try.
Right.
Yeah. Even like I heard it with podcasting. A lot of the best podcasts, it's like the 8th one they did.
Right.
And you just didn't hear about the first 7 because they didn't get anywhere.
Because it didn't pop.
Yeah, it's there somewhere on the internet, but like nobody's watching it. All right, let me get us back on track with the unemployment stuff. You asked me about being asked about unemployed. I actually don't mind talking about being unemployed.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I'm in a good position because right now I'm still collecting unemployment.
Oh yeah.
Which they they kicked it up to like something like $800 a week, which is crazy for not doing anything. I mean, I paid all of that already in my taxes every time you get a paycheck. But you feel a little scummy, like you're taking advantage of the system a little bit. But that's good. I'm not looking yet, so I'm focused on comedy. So part of the reason this is all possible is because I finally had the time and energy and like no more excuses to like just start a podcast. While I had work, I was like, ugh, it's too much work. I gotta get all the stuff set up.
Nobody listens.
Exactly. And now it's like, well, what else are you gonna do?
I want to do this.
I'm
gonna do what I want to do.
It's not bad. I recommend it, probably not for long periods of time, but I do enjoy my breaks between employment. But to turn it back to you, the way
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. How long have we been going?
35 minutes.
Oh wow, okay, we're cooking.
I mean, we're chatting with two friends.
Well, that's the best. I like that. I mean, we'll go back on. It's good to do the outline, but we are friends and we like talking to each other. So it's nice.
Also, if it makes you feel any better, we could shoot it for 3 hours. Reality of it is, once I start cutting clips, that's probably all that people are gonna see.
No, let's not. I don't want to do 3 hours. Let's do.
No, we're not gonna do 3 hours.
Let's do like an hour. Like
yeah.
It's like we don't need.
I'm not gonna keep you here for 3 hours.
We can do like an hour.
An hour? You're like, oh, 35 minutes. I could do 25 more minutes of this.
No, we can do like an hour and a half. But like, we'll go as long as it feels good.
As long as it's under an hour.
No. All I'm saying is that like at any point, if I'm like, all right, I'm done.
No, 100%.
I feel like an hour's enough.
Don't feel like there's a gun to your head. This is very much exploratory stages. But what I'm saying is like the clips is what drives the podcast now, because nobody wants to commit to 1 hour of like whatever, even if they know you.
I do. I mean, but I know the people.
You're curious about the person. You're like, let's see what they have to say. Because like sometimes I'll say something that you didn't know, and like, oh, I didn't realize this person is a degenerate or something. So
what's the goal? It's like you make good clips and you post them to social media and hope it blows.
I hope it doesn't blow.
No, blows up. Blows up. That's what I mean. Yeah. Blows up. That's the goal.
The goal is to get enough traction for it that there is some level of viewership that you could gradually keep growing it. So like by the time you get to like episode 100 or something, you have a steady like audience base, and then you could start doing interesting things with it. And this has to be like episode 100. It could be like at any point. You could do like Patreon subscriber specific content. So like imagine we discuss something that is not for the general public. Like somebody talks shit about like a past employer, and they're like, hey, actually, can we not like have that on YouTube? Like, put it behind paywall, and then like whatever revenue is generated from the episodes, I could potentially start like giving it back to the people who are my guests.
Dude, I mean, that sounds great. And the concept's good. All right, let's do the concept. Because I feel like that's what the clips are going to be about, right?
Absolutely.
It's the concept. Okay.
All right. Well, the opening right now, as it stands, is I try to give people an idea of who you are from like an employment point of view.
Okay.
First of all, where did you go to college?
Well, I went to undergrad at NYU, and then I did my law degree at Pepperdine University.
Is that where they make the cookies?
No, that's Pepperidge Farm.
Okay.
That's funny. That's good, Alex.
I guess I didn't remember.
That's a clip. That's a clip. I didn't remember. Okay, I get what we're doing. I get what we're doing. Should we do? I see on Instagram sometimes they're like doing the look, like the reaction, like. Is that what? We don't have to do that. That was good. That was a good joke. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. So you got a grad degree at Pepperdine. Where's Pepperdine?
Malibu.
Holy shit! You went to college in Hawaii?
No,
California.
Southern California.
I'm retarded.
No, you're not.
Malibu. It's the rich city, right?
It's very wealthy.
How did you feel like living there?
Well, I didn't live there. I lived in LA and I commuted in there for law school. But
you drove?
I drove. Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be like a pretty shitty drive.
It was like 35 to 45 minutes. Yeah.
That's not too bad. Because
it wasn't too bad, but it was awesome. It was like, it was such an awesome place to do law school because I'm a surfer. So I like go to class during the day, and then I'd be in the middle of the day. I was in Malibu, which has some of the best surf breaks in California, and nobody was there because they all at work. So I got the Pacific Ocean to myself. It was unreal.
The ultimate unemployed life.
It was unreal, and it was just amazing. So it's like I studied law, but I also really studied surfing, and it just was like, it was magical. And the hard part is like whenever you're in the ocean, it's hard to remember the experience in the ocean because you're so in the present. So it's like you're just completely in the present in a flow state. So it's like I spent all this time of my life in the ocean, and I was in such bliss, but it's hard for me to remember that when I think back on law school because law school is just so hard.
Was it a good like way to like break from like how much work you had to do for school?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, and it was just great. It was it was so beautiful. I mean, the surfing was just ridiculous. It was absurd. It was absurd how much I surfed.
Did you have one of those cool watches that tells you like when the tide's going up?
I'm not like super. I mean, you have that on your phone. You want look at on your phone. They have Surfline, and it tells you about the tides and everything. So yeah.
I only ask because I used to work at this agency, and one of the clients was Nixon, and they're like, our watches will tell you when the tide's going up and when it's low. And I'm like, it feels like something people would plan a day in advance. It wouldn't be like spur of the moment. Oh, it looks like the tide is up. I'm gonna go surf.
No, but yes and no. I mean, people get tuned into the ocean. They get really obsessed with the tides and the winds and like how those create surf breaks. And so guys get obsessed with that. And also guys are very into gear.
Yeah.
They're like, guys are into gear and toys and trinkets and stuff. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not really super into gear, but I respect it.
It felt like more of like a watch that's like, oh, by the way, you could tell that I surf.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I mean, yeah, the surf industry is very into gear. It's very gear oriented.
There's a lot of people who make it their whole personality, which I think is fine. Surfing is a cool personality to have.
Yeah, I mean, well, they just get so obsessed with it. I mean, I have my brother-in-law, my cousin, and my uncle are all just like obsessed. And when they get in the ocean, it's just like they get so like they're like junkies for it. They like wave. For me, it's like I like the waves, but then I'm done. You know, it's like, I mean, I'm not as junky about it as most surfers are. So like that whole personality thing I think it's a little bit of an addiction.
Is it purely to just like ride the best wave, or is there also an element of like content creation now where like people are just trying to catch the perfect wave and also like put it out somewhere?
I don't know about it being the people I'm friends with. It's not so much about making it on Instagram or anything. That's just like it's just riding a wave is like the greatest feeling on planet Earth. I mean, it's like sex and riding a wave are the two best feelings.
If you had to give one up, which one would you give up?
Surfing. I would give up surfing, yeah.
Because like you probably can't like surf in like an older age, right?
No, you can, but it's like I find I'm from surfing all the time. I learned about the flow state, and I've been able to kind of channel that flow state into other creative activities. So it's like the origin is the surfing, but I'm able to kind of now, because I've surfed a long time, I now know how to like kind of connect to that place of presence and put it into my other activities.
You still go to Rockaway, right?
Yeah, in the summer. Only in the summers when it's hot. I don't like wearing a wetsuit here, so because it's not good enough. It's not good enough.
I tried one of those like surfing schools at Rockaway, and like the waves were just like very, very small.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, it's a terrible place. The waves are terrible. I just go for the feeling, and also surfing. It takes like years and years to learn how to do. It's the hardest learning curve. Yeah. Similar to comedy. The learning curve is really long in surfing.
Yeah, but like you could get like an accidental laugh early on. If getting up on the board, I literally stood up once, and I was there for like 2-3 hours.
I mean, that's amazing. Was there an instructor pushing you into the waves?
No.
Okay, see, that's amazing. You got up. It usually takes people like months to get up.
Yeah, and it's also so annoying. Every time you fall, it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, you really have to learn how to like be super zen to get through that learning curve. Like, you really have to be like, the most important thing is to be in the ocean.
Yeah, I'm getting better just by being here.
And you're like, I'm here because I love being in the ocean. I love that feeling of interconnectedness.
And also, people are super chill. Like, the other people who are like actual surfers, they're like, "Oh, you're trying it? Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah.
It's like there's very few like activities where the community is welcoming to a person who's kind of like dabbling.
Well, it depends what surf break you're at. Because if you're a beginner at an advanced surf break, I can tell you we all hate you.
You know, get in the way.
You're being dangerous. Yeah, you get in the way, and you can really get hurt. But like at Rockaway, where it's like it's a beginner wave, everyone there is just because for the love of it.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, whatever, dude, just.
And when I was skiing, I remember people were like very assholish about it. It's like clearly they're like people who go there every weekend.
Yeah.
I remember like I wasn't wearing a helmet and like my ski broke, and instead of like feeling sorry for me, people were like just like yelling at me from like the lifts, like, "Put on a helmet, jerk off."
Oh, whoa. Where'd you go? Where'd you go skiing?
This was Vail, and I'm not a skier. My ex was.
You went to Vail? With who?
It was my first girlfriend, like back in like 2000, like 13, 15.
What was her name?
Her name was Kate.
And she took you to Vail?
Her mom lived in Denver, so
okay.
like we were visiting her, and then like we went to like the big mountain, and I got on a slope that I was clearly not ready for.
How old were you?
This is not that long ago. It's probably like 25, 26.
What was Kate's story? Who's Kate? I didn't know you when Kate. But Kate's a long time ago.
A very long time. She was the first girlfriend. Backstory: she was a girl from Michigan who came to New York and like was trying to be like, I'm gonna do all the New York things.
Right.
So instantly became like polyamorous.
Yeah.
Got into like the feminism. Didn't understand feminism, but like read 3 books and she's like, that's what I am now.
Yeah.
So like anytime you had like any kind of like logical argument with her, she would like crumble.
Yeah.
And get upset. But like her heart was in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was really into the whole poly thing, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. And she's like, no, it's the ideal relationship because like humans weren't built for monogamy.
Sure.
And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm.
So were you poly?
The first relationship, yeah, technically.
But it was her. Were you?
It was
sleeping
her.
With her? It was her. She was sleeping with other people.
I was sleeping with other people too, but I was just like, I guess this is like a very serious friends with benefits whose family I met and I went on vacations with.
Right.
It all imploded like the way I knew it would.
How long were you with her?
2 years.
That's a long time.
It's a long time for like always constantly being annoyed by like us fucking other people.
Yeah, I would be annoyed by that too.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But I can't do it.
You shouldn't.
I
It's
can't
not
do the
normal.
poly thing. Yeah, it's not cool. I mean, I can't do it. And I think you just have to live with the frustration of being out with somebody, thus you're more attracted to the population, so they're looking at you with attraction because they see you're in a couple, and you just have to live with that like inherent frustration that like you don't get to be free and go flirt around anymore. Like that's just a part of life that you have to accept.
Yeah, and also like it's purely physical, and like
the physical.
Because they do these hierarchies. I mean, some people do like a non-hierarchical. It's like oh, I don't have like a ranking system. Like everybody's equally important. It's like, yeah, but you live with one guy and you come over, fuck, and leave the other guy. So I think that guy you live with is more important.
It's gross. It's gross. I mean, even in the dating thing, like.
It's a twisty.
It's very cool. Even in the dating thing, it's like you get the physical stuff. It's like after a while, you're just like, I want to be in a relationship. You're like, I need a girlfriend. Like,
yeah.
You're kind of, but you talk to your friends on the phone who are married or in these long-term relationships, and you tell them your stories, and they get very jealous.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that sounds amazing.
I would kill for this.
They're like, oh wow, that's just wonderful. That's what they say. Like, oh wow, they're just wonderful. But you have to listen to yourself and just be like, I think
it's natural because like once you're like trapped, especially as a guy, you're like, what am I doing? I want to fuck all these people. But like once you're out of it and like you get out of your system, you're like, what am I doing? None of these people care for me. They're just trying to fuck me.
Right. They're using you too.
Yep.
They're using you too.
Yeah.
Which is really hard. It's really hard that it's really hard, but it's just a part of the game that everyone. There's a physical attraction. It's just like very powerful. But once you get it out of your system, it's like you're like, I don't
it's a little bit transactional, unfortunately. Hi, unemployed watchers. Guess who just got a sponsor? If you're a comic or a comedy fan, you definitely need to check out Comedy Scene app. It's totally free. It's available on the Apple stores, the Google Play stores. The gist of it is, if you're a comedian, you could find a bunch of open mics and just open the app, check in, and you get some points. At the end of the year, they round up the points, and the top performing comedians, not even based on how good your comedy is, which is great for all of you who potentially suck, you'll get money. And I know this is the case because I've done it 2 years in a row. I got so much money that I have been permanently retired. And the reason I'm doing this is because Comedy Scene is my day one homie, and he's giving me some more money to run this promo. But it doesn't end right there. Because if you're a comedy fan and you have no interest in doing comedy, you too can get points. You can be a number one fan and you get some comedy tickets, some prizes, and the biggest feature, I think, is you can go to all these mics, and if the comedians are performing, you could check them off your list and it'll collect that data for you. You can have proof that you saw Dave Chappelle before he became Dave Chappelle, and you could be like, hey, remember Alex Shklar? He's got a Netflix special now, but I saw him when he sucked and was doing this shitty open mic at Freddy's Bar in Park Slope. And that's kind of cool bragging rights, right? So yeah, get the Comedy Scene app. You could probably get it on a link in the below. If not, just Google Comedy Scene in the Play Store and Apple Store. Make it rain. Do you not like money? And we're back.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I've had a lot of friends with benefits where it's like, oh, as soon as like there's real stakes, we're gonna hate each other.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Alex?
You can't fight over anything if you have nothing that like you have to like fight. Like if you're just hooking up, like what you could fight over is like, oh, like I want you to do this, or like, can we try something else? Like it's scheduling maybe. But like when you're in a relationship, it's like, well, when are we going on a trip?
Right. You got to go on trips.
You got to make time for them consistently. It's not like a spur of the moment thing.
No, it's trips. A relationship is trips.
Yeah.
You got to go on trips. Yeah.
You got to go on lavish, elaborate trips so you can have fights somewhere else.
You got to go on trips. Yeah. So you can fight somewhere else.
You can't.
That's good. You should put that in your stand-up. That's funny. I had a friend he told me, he was like, the good thing about he thinks trips really like sustain a relationship because it gives you something to look forward to and something to reflect on and like something to experience together. He believes in trips too.
Well, you have a shared experience.
You have a shared experience,
and the more you build on it, the more like, oh, we've lived this whole entire life together now. We've seen like Paris together.
Yeah, we've done these trips together. So you got to go on trips.
Yeah, I think also changing of setting is very important.
Yes.
Like if you're just always in the same place, it
kills
can get
you.
mundane. Yeah.
It kills you.
They say that if you're trying to like hook up with a person like that you just met, one of the slickest moves is like go to a different place. I don't know what it is, but
what do you mean, different place?
Like if you're in a bar, if you meet the person at a bar,
go somewhere else.
Go to a different bar. It could be the same exact thing a block away, but now you're like, oh, we've made a trip together.
Well, but do you still have the drink at the first bar?
Yeah.
And then you're like, you want to go somewhere else? No, that's just fun. I mean, I didn't even think about that as like a strategy, but it's like I do that on dates. If it's going well after the first drink, I'm like, you want to get out of here?
Yeah, but what's wrong with that first place?
No, but it's fun to go to the second. You need a switch up of the vibe, or else it gets mundane. It's what you're saying. You got to switch the vibe up. See, I think it's the journey.
It's the journey.
It's the journey. I think you're very like, and I have this. I think you and I are similar in this. Is that like we heavily lean into like the cold logical side of life, and I think it's to our benefit always when we go into our emotional intelligence, and that goes back to you having bare walls.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why probably your friends with benefits work so well, because that's very cold and logical.
Yeah. She was barren like my walls.
She was barren. You were barren like your walls.
I am actually also barren. I feel like if I was a woman, I'd be barren.
No. You're barren like your walls. You're cold like your walls.
Yeah.
You're cold like your walls.
But what if it's just my personality? I'm not opposed to the idea of being emotional, but I just don't think I am.
No, you have it. It's not about change. It's not about changing. It's just about like being aware of your POV is limited.
Yeah.
Right? Like my POV is limited because we're leaning into the logical side, the logical cold side. And so when you want to survey a situation, you're like, all right, I know my POV is this. I know that I kind of have a blind spot to this area, but maybe what if I opened up that area a little bit? Just for survey it. Sometimes.
I gotta try stuff.
You gotta try, or you gotta but that's okay. All right. So sometimes I do meditations with the yoga studio, right? And they give them for free in the mornings. And it's like, I'm the only young man. It's all old ladies. It's old lady meditation time. And it's me, But I like it. It's good stuff. And the teacher will give like a little talk. And the talk this morning was about it's about like, when you do meditation, you're putting your ego aside. Like that's the practice. You're focusing on your breath, and then the self, you start coming up with stories. It's like, what do I got to do today? What problems do I have to fix? What am I going to do here? What is this? And then you see that and you're like, oh, okay. I'm going back to the breath. So that's like putting the ego down. And she like connected that with like, the Dalai Lama, how low he bows to the audience or whatever. Right? So it's very powerful stuff. But that's the kind of shit that you have to come to in life where you're like, all right, I know I don't give a shit what's on my walls because it doesn't connect with me, but I know that like I humble myself to the game,
Yeah.
and like the paintings on the walls have a beautiful effect. Like it creates a feeling, and maybe even if I can't feel it.
Well, also like it's kind of getting over your own. It's like trying to stop being your own worst enemy, because like logically I'm like, a painting does nothing, it's functionally useless, waste of money, waste of time hanging it up. But also logically I'm like, yeah, but like if you're in front of an ocean and you hear the ocean, logically it makes no sense that will put you at peace, but it does. Same
thing with music. They have no idea why music's so powerful. They can't understand why people love music.
Yeah, people really love music. Somebody was telling me that like they were doing karaoke at Freddy's, and do you know Jay Simpson?
Yeah.
Apparently he did his song so well, a dude came up to him and gave him a 20.
Yeah, I'm sure.
At a karaoke.
Alex, there's like $1 billion industry in the music business. The music business is like $1 billion industry. People can't live without it. People will pay like thousands of dollars to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars.
Well, that's just insanity.
No, it's not insanity. It has a really powerful effect.
That's like you're trying to be at a concert, you're trying to be part of that thing.
What's the difference?
But the quality of music at concerts is never going to be as high as like the whatever like they remaster on.
Fine, but like being in the presence of it and feeling it, and that's like an experience.
Yeah, it's the experience of like, I'm together with other people who love this, and this is like a one-of-a-kind performance.
Right.
It's specifically for us. No one's ever gonna experience what I'm experiencing. It's worth every penny. I'm gonna be telling my grandkids about this.
100%, and it's not logical. It's not logical.
Yeah, it just goes through you.
It just goes through. I mean, music. Do you listen to music all day?
Not all day, but a good amount, yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
You know what's crazy? I didn't listen to music until like senior year of high school.
What? How'd you discover music?
Hilariously, music appreciation class.
Whoa. In high school?
Yeah.
They had a music appreciation class in high school?
Yeah.
What was the name of your high school?
Sty.
Where was it?
It's in Tribeca. It's
you went into the city.
Yeah.
Is that a fancy school? Did you test into that?
It's a test school. It's public, but it's considered one of the best schools in the country. So it's like super nerdy. Everybody's kind of like just doing math and science all the time. You tested into the smartest school in New York City. Yeah.
Alex, look at you. Look at you.
You trying to fuck me now?
Look at you. Why don't you list that on your Hinge? That you tested into. What do you put on Hinge? CUNY?
I think I have the CUNY there.
Why'd you go to CUNY if you were such a boy genius?
Not a boy genius. It's a test school, so I still am smart, but
Yeah, I think you're very smart.
Thank you. I wasn't the smartest in the smart school. So basically, everybody was there extremely hardworking. So basically, like the ability to like understand like math and logical concepts was like the bare minimum bar for acceptance. Like if you weren't smart enough, you were not getting in.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much test prep you did.
Yeah.
And once there, it was just a matter of like who worked the hardest.
And you didn't work the hardest.
No, it's probably where I learned how to quit. It's just like, look at these idiots trying to get 95 so they could go to Harvard so they could do this shit again and be miserable for another 4 years and then get a career where they're miserable for the rest of their life.
Yeah. How are you feel? Are you miserable right now?
I'm great.
Yeah. So you made the right decision.
I think so, because also I came out with no student loans.
Yeah.
So eventually everything kind of like came together because I didn't have student loans. All the money I was making from my jobs, I was never like in a high paid job, but I was saving it.
Yeah.
So instead of like going out and blowing every paycheck on like booze, it was just like going towards like a savings. Eventually, like I put some money into crypto. That kind of like paid off. Like I lucked out. Like I sold it high.
Yeah.
And that's how I was able to invest into a place.
Look at you.
I know.
Look at you. Test school. I didn't know that about you. You should talk about that on stage.
So I used to be smart.
No, you not I used to be smart. But you should talk about. It's good. That was a good clip. I feel like this podcast is gonna be, the clips are gonna be your jokes. I feel like you're good in the clip format, and this is good.
Self-congratulatory, like zingers.
I think the zingers it's good for the clips, right?
Zingers. Yeah, I think zingers would be good for the clips, and also you can make a lot of them.
Yeah, and don't cut really. I don't like the stuff we were talking about, like jerking off and stuff. Like, cut. Don't make that a clip. No one wants to see like two no-name people talking about jerking off.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. At least for my episode, I would just humbly request that.
Unless you have like some kind of like PG. Jerking off technique. It's like, do you guys know that this way feels way better?
No.
And then it's just like it breaks the internet.
Yeah.
The guys are like, I've been jerking off wrong this whole time.
Whoa, it'd be so cynical to like create stuff like that. But do you know the owner of Whole Foods is like very right wing?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, not anymore. Now it's Amazon. But yeah, I guess the owner of Whole Foods is very right wing. But before, it was a right wing company that operated out of Texas. They were just like, we'll sell this like really overpriced food to liberals and market it to liberals, and they just made a ton of money.
Smart.
Cynical. It's cynical. You know, it's like, that's cynical business. It's not people being like, I'm really passionate.
But it worked out.
Oh, it worked out so well.
I would never go into business for money. That's the thing. If I'm doing it strictly for money, then it's like, well, money can buy you nice things, but like if you are investing your soul and heart into a thing that makes things kind of worse,
it's tough.
It's like social media. It's like brilliant product made society suck.
Well, I think society does suck. I think you can quantifiably be like, you know, maybe the phones like did kind of make this place worse. I think generally life on Earth is like fucking rugged. I think it's a very primitive planet. I think humans are generally wired to be like in conflict. Having said that, I think it's like, you can be like, oh, this time we're in is so horrible. It's like, no, I think every time is just a human time, and it's a human time. These are human characteristics. Having said that, I think the phone has really isolated us from micro interactions and community hangs.
Yeah. That
like it's really negative, and I think it was better before.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. That's all I have to say.
It also amplified the voices that shouldn't be amplified.
Yeah.
Because like the things that go viral aren't necessarily good things. It's the things that kind of like generate a reaction.
Right.
It's like if a guy in the middle of the street took a shit, everybody would look. But do you want to see it?
Yeah. No, it's very provocative. It's very provocative. I'm not on it so much anymore, and I feel better in that respect. But the only reason I'm not on it so much anymore is that my law practice is like very demanding right now. So it's not like I'm in a world full of joy.
I would argue it's still better.
It is still better, but it's heavy lift. I'm in heavy lifting land. I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting, and it's just kind of like.
Thank you for making the time for me.
Oh my god, no, it was a pleasure. When I saw it, I was like, fucking, like, I'm not doing shit. I was like, I'll do it next week. I don't give a fuck.
All right. Follow-up question after college. So you did the undergrad and the grad.
Don't worry about time. I'm hanging. We're good.
Oh yeah. This is a nervously touching. This is like the prayer beats situation.
You should get yourself some prayer beats.
You think I get some Buddhist chicks?
Alex, I think girls like you, man. I in my experience, like my ex, when we were once, remember, okay, so you don't remember this, but this is a long time ago. This is years ago. We were both performing at Essence Bar in Crown Heights. Like years ago, we were both performing, right? And I was with my ex at the time, and we just started dating.
What'd she look like?
Bella? She had brown hair.
Jamie's gonna look this up.
No, don't look her up. Don't look her up. Don't, dude. That's gonna hurt me.
Why?
Because
I'm not gonna show you. Bella?
I'm not telling you her
Yikes,
name.
Bella.
No,
Don't stop her.
All right, stop it.
I'll stop.
So anyways, I went up, and then because I was on the show, and then you went up because you were on the open mic.
Yeah. Let's make a distinction for the viewers.
No one. It doesn't matter. I just did that.
Same exact audience.
I just did that to respond to you doing the internet search.
Oh, okay.
And but she was like, "Oh, I liked Alex. He was cute." So
how did that make you feel?
No, it made me feel good. I was like,
made you feel good?
I was like, she likes Jewish comedians.
Oh, okay.
You know, like whatever. But
that's a healthy response. I would have been like, why don't you go fuck him then?
All mad? No, all mad? No. I don't. I did. Yeah. I know I'm not like immune to jealousy, but in that moment, I didn't feel jealous. Anyways, I think girls like you, man. I just think like you got to get your energy right.
Yeah, I have a lot of negative energy, and I feel like some people read that as like negging, but I'm just like very like hostile in a funny way.
Yeah, you are very hostile.
And people also,
but you've gotten better. But I think what I've learned how to do is like, I feel like with you, it's if you come in matching your hostile energy, then you kind of like chill out. But if someone comes in and like, it's like prison with you. It's like prison. Like you don't respect somebody if they don't bring it to you the way you bring it to them. So like I've learned that with you. It's like you have to like, all right, like you have to kind of like, it's prison.
That's a good analogy. I think
prison.
I think it's just Russia in general. It's like
Russian, yeah.
If you come in soft, then like you don't get respect.
Right. You can't come. Russians are tough, man.
They're unpleasant to talk to. I do Russian comedy now, and I was talking to.
Do you do it in Russian?
In Russian. And
is it better? Are you doing better than American? How's your comedy?
I'm doing better in the sense that Russian comedy is so niche that the open mics will have like 15, 20 audience that are paying.
And you're crushing.
Because I'm the top 10 Russian comic in New York City.
There you go.
By default.
Yeah.
But the audience, they're so Russian. This guy came up to me after the show.
But also your sense of humor is very Russian. It would make sense you would like do better there because you don't have like an American sense of humor. You have a Russian sense of humor.
It's a mix. So Russians basically the stand-up game is not developed enough. So they don't understand the idea of stand-up the way Americans do.
Yeah.
So they get it. They get it like, oh, I'm laughing at jokes. But there's still a little bit of catch-up to do where they don't understand that some things are abstract.
Yeah.
If I make a joke that my dick is small, it doesn't mean my dick is small.
No, it does. You wouldn't make that joke if you didn't have a small dick.
I make that joke all the time, and I don't.
Why are you... then why... But see, then why would you even make that joke?
Because it's funny.
No.
It's technically funny.
I see. I disagree with that with all due respect. Not saying that you're not funny, and that's not a funny joke, because I don't know the context you're saying the joke in, but I think I like comedians who speak their true pain. And so if your true pain isn't that you're not well endowed, it probably doesn't bang as hard as a joke where you're talking about your true pain.
It could be silly, I think.
It could be silly.
People who talk about their big dick, I'm like, all right, this is a pain point for you, because a guy with a huge dick would not need to bring it up.
Yeah, they talk about their big dick because it doesn't work, or like nobody wants to hook up with them, so they're overcompensating.
Like the joke that I tell right now that I love. Actually, there's a couple small dick jokes, and I can't do them twice in the same, both of them in the same set, because people are like, oh, and he talks about this dick thing a lot. It must sound small dick. One of the jokes is that. I'm an optimistic guy despite being like unemployed and single. Every night I go out, I bring with me a Magnum, because what if tonight I finally get lucky and my penis gets bigger?
Oh yeah, that's funny.
And then the other joke is a girl. Thank you. A girl on Bumble messaged me because she saw that I don't believe in God. She's like, "Oh, how could you not believe in God when He made you so handsome?"
Yeah.
But as an atheist, I had to win the argument, so I said, "Oh yeah, well, who gave me the small penis?"
Right. Well, I think the second joke, I've heard that joke before. That's why I didn't laugh, because I've heard it.
That's okay. You don't have to justify it.
No, but I've heard it millions of times. Oh. But the second joke is funny if you establish that you have a small penis earlier in the set. That's because it puts that into context. Like if you told me that joke without us having the conversation about you talking about having a small dick on stage, I don't know if I would find that funny. But like if the audience knows you have a small dick, then they don't see that small dick joke coming. But like, okay, so like Little Dicky, the comedian, rapper, comedian, whatever, like he really has a small dick.
Yeah.
Like, and he talks about it, and like that's his major pain point. I don't know. I guess like your comedy is all about, it's a lot about like wordplay and tricks and cleverness. It's not so centered around like your personal story, but it kind of is. So maybe you got to make a strong choice. Like, are you really going to be a small dick comic or not? And if you don't have a small dick, and you're trying to do comedy where it's like you tell your personal story and share your pain, I don't know why it's to your advantage.
Yeah, I think I'm like still in the point where I'm not sure if I'm doing the whole like, well, I'm gonna speak my truth in a funny way versus like, no, this is just a collection of jokes. Because like one of the guys I love the most as a comedian is like Mark Normand, and
he just tells jokes.
It's just jokes. It's one-liners. It's zingers. It's funny. It's like everybody's on the same page. It's like we're gonna laugh. Half the stuff he says has no basis in reality.
Right.
The other half is like inspired by reality, but the punchline's like completely obscure, has nothing to do with like the truth.
Right, but having a small dick is like such an intense thing that like
I wouldn't know. Okay.
So, but it's like such an intense thing. It's like when you communicate that to an audience, then they really put you in a category of having they're like, oh, this is a small penis guy, and and then they interpret everything you say through that lens. And if you're not a small penis guy, I don't know if that's to your advantage.
Every single joke they analyze, like, oh well.
Well, it's like oh, there's this guy with a really small dick.
It's
probably not. I don't know. It's up to you. Do whatever you want. Yeah. But I'm just telling you my analysis.
The thing that you might be right about, I think it does split the room in the sense that guys who do have a small dick in that room now feel like, oh, this is like, I feel his pain. Yeah. And if he's just making jokes about it and he doesn't have one, this is kind of fucked up. And then some women will feel like sorry. Like I've had like the Russian show that I was saying, like they don't understand it. Yeah. Like I made that joke and this woman was just like kind of like uncomfortably smiling, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? You don't like it? It's like, oh, it's a touchy subject. I don't want to laugh at you. I'm like, I made the joke. You can laugh.
Yeah. I would. If you don't have a small dick, I don't know why you're going on stage telling the world you have a small dick. It just doesn't.
It's funny to say talking about a big.
I know,
dick.
but it's like there's infinite ways to be funny. There's infinite jokes out there.
But that's just how my brain works.
I know, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, I'm just saying my opinion. It just doesn't make sense. If you don't have it, why would you go on stage and say it's like why would you like divide the audience and create all these mixed it just seems like, I don't know, it seems like the cons outweigh the pros.
I had a comedian tell me that like you probably shouldn't make that joke because every woman in that room just like got dry from like you.
I know. Why? It's like the whole point of going on stage. I mean, not the whole point, but like from an evolutionary perspective is like you want to make yourself, like you're doing something really challenging. You're going on stage, you're being courageous, you're telling jokes, you're risking bombing, you're making people laugh. Like it's a very impressive display, and that makes you an attractive partner when you do it well. And then you're being like, hey, actually I'm not an attractive partner because I have this really small dick, but you don't even have a small dick.
Yeah. Well,
it just doesn't make sense to me. But
I'm just playing a different game right now. I feel like some people, they're like, I want to be famous. I want people to think I'm cool. I want chicks to dig me. And I'm like, I'm just here to make this room of people laugh.
Yeah.
And then the person who appreciates it would like me regardless of it.
But why are you trying to filter out? Because there can be like really cool women out there who also are just like, but like, I don't know if I'm like cut for like a small penis. Like, but she's awesome. And that's just who she is. And it's
true.
It's like, she's not Mother Teresa when it comes to dicks, like she's like,
true.
She doesn't love them all. It's like, but she's awesome. But she's like, it's just my personal physical preference to like want to be with a medium to large man. And you're filtering her out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm also just like not thinking about this like in a sense of like every room was potentially filled with like women I might want to like date.
No, but here you are. You're telling me that like the apps are so difficult and it's so challenging and meeting women's tough time, and you're spending a lot of your time like producing shows and doing stand-up comedy, and like I don't understand why you want to like make it harder for your, like this is an avenue where it's like if you're focusing on doing what you love, you're opening yourself up to meeting someone who's really cool, and yet you're telling the world you have a small dick. It doesn't make, when you don't have one. If you had one, it would make sense to me. Because
I just think it's a humbling thing to say.
No, but why would you want to humble yourself when it's, you don't, you're already humbling yourself enough by going on stage, being a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like I'm the butt of the joke, and ideally people understand that like if I say something, it doesn't mean it's true. Like I have
they don't. They don't understand that, and B, you're already the butt of the joke by being up there telling jokes. The comedian is already a character that everyone is laughing at. That's already, you're already going up there and being like, I don't fit in, and everyone's like, ha ha ha, and you not fitting in makes them feel better about themselves, and that's why they feel good when they leave. They're like, at least I'm not like this fucking nutcase, right?
Back to my 9 to 5.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, all right, at least I'm not so mentally ill that I'm in and out of the loony bin, right? That's why they feel good, and yet, so you're already giving them that. You're already being like, I'm a wounded little boy. I need to go up on stage and tell jokes for validation. Right? You're already being like, I'm a weirdo. I don't fit into the flock. You're already like, this is who I am, like burying it all. And then on top of it, you're telling them you have a small dick when you don't. It seems like an unnecessary cherry on top. I'm just saying.
Maybe I just want to make my life difficult.
I know. And then that raises the question, why are we self-sabotaging here?
That's a good question. It's also possible that I felt like that guys who talk about how big their dick is are just like so pathetic.
Well, that's not funny either. Nothing braggadocious is funny on stage. It turns the audience off from you when you're like, look how great I am. The comedian has to be like the fool.
He's the jester.
He's the jester.
He's the only one.
He's lower than them. He's like, I'm not as good as you. I am lower than you. Yeah. And it's literally, we go back to the Dalai Lama's bow. It's a low bow. But
I would say the comedian is like the power bottom guy, because he's like he does things nobody can do from a position of like
such lowness.
No power.
Well, he's a power bottom in you respect the intellect and like you respect the toughness.
And also they say things that like will get you fired.
Yeah. They speak some truth to power.
Speaking of fired, let's get fired.
How long have we been going?
118, 119.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're getting up there, but like
I'm like losing a little steam. But I feel like we just had like that was an amazing podcast argument. I mean, you could just clip that, like not even clip it. That could be the show. Us
small dick jokes.
Just like going back and forth. Like, should you tell small dick jokes when you don't have a small dick? That we just had a great argument. We were just like, that was classic Jewish argument. Like we were Jewing so hard. That was literally, you want to see what my job is. I was just doing my job on the thing.
Have you ever had to defend somebody with a small dick? It's like, Your Honor, my client actually doesn't have a small dick.
He's just saying it, Your Honor, to get laughs.
It's just funny.
The judge is like, I don't understand why anybody would say that just to get laughs. I'd be like, Your Honor, jokes are really hard to come up with. Like, if you can have two jokes that have working punchlines, it's hard to eliminate that from your set. You know?
Why did you have to have 100 email chains about your small dick?
You know, Your Honor, the writing process, writing is rewriting, you know, it's collaboration, it's where you're working with people.
It's a fickle mistress.
The writing process is a fickle mistress. You're absolutely right. All
right, so after grad school, you obviously graduate with high honors from Malibu Pepperidge Farm School.
Yes. Yeah.
Your first job out of college, do you do law right away?
Yeah, so what happened was, I was while I was waiting for my bar results, I was writing for a personal injury attorney. I was like writing arguments for her to the court as a kind of like an independent contractor. And then I passed the bar, and she was like, do you want to work for me full time? And in my head, I was like, you know what I'm doing for you, I have this vision that I could do this for a bunch of different attorneys all at once. And so I said, no, thanks. I just would rather be kind of the part-time whatever. And then I built a legal writing business where I just like wrote motions for like other attorneys on a contract basis. So
and it was your business?
It was my business. So it was like it was like arguments to the court. So they'd be like, I need an argument to the court about this. I need an argument to the court about this. And I would just write. And that was my job for like a couple of years. I wasn't really being an attorney per se. Like I didn't have clients.
Was it enough to live off of?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I wasn't, and there's people who do that still full time. It's called being a contract attorney. Mm-hmm. And so I did that for a couple of years where I was just doing the writing. And so every day I'd wake up and I'd, do my personal writing, my art, and then I would do hours of legal writing. And then that just was starting to get brutal. Like all that legal writing it was getting boring. At some point it was just like,
you're staring at a screen all day.
Yeah, but it was also just kind of like there was a thrill to running your own business, to getting the clients, to like having to constantly learn new things about the law, like get really into niche areas. It was fun, and then it started to get hard. And around that time, one of my best friends, he was a year younger than me, and he was at a big law firm, and he was like, man, I just want to do what you're doing. I just want to work for myself. And I was like, you can do it, man. Like, you can do it. And I was just always pumping him up. I was like, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So he left the big law firm and started doing what I was doing. But he was like, I want to take on clients. And so he started taking on clients. And we took on a few clients together. And then he was like, dude, he was like, you can do this, man. Like, you know everything. And so then I started taking on clients. And then I slowly transitioned out of my writing business into just kind of being a lawyer. You still do the writing, but it's like case strategy, client management, negotiating with the other side, like managing the financials, filing with the court. And so it's like using a million different aspects of your brain all at once. And it's actually much harder than the writing business. It's like, I'm kind of like, it would be nicer to go back to the writing, but yeah. Like I can't, I don't know. I kind of got, this past year I worked a shit ton, And right now I'm like working a lot, and I'm not.
You look overworked.
I look overworked.
Yeah.
I'm like working a lot, and so I'm kind of like I need to chill out.
Have you ever worked at just like a standard, not like, well, it's not 9 to 5 because obviously it's law. No law firm is 9 to 5. But have you ever worked at a regular job, office job, or is it?
Well, before law school, like in between my undergrad and before law school, I worked at offices as like a law clerk and that kind of stuff.
Oh, it was still law.
Yeah, it was still law. No, I did like other things, but it was mostly law. Like in college I worked at restaurants and stuff, and like I worked at a summer camp, a couple, like as in the kitchen staff, and like I did things, but yeah. And then when I was in law school, I was in I interned at the public defender's office for like, I think it was like a total of, maybe it was like a year and a half, and that like changed my life. That was really intense.
Interesting. I think my ex, the one that was a lawyer, also interned like a public defender's office.
Yeah, it like completely changed. It's like, it like really shows you like how raw and dark this world can get. Like the spectrum of human experience like can go really dark.
Yeah.
And it's like war. It like really is. It's like war. But I'm kind of at war. I'm in war right now. What I'm doing, all my cases are really hard right now, and so it's kind of, I'm watching like a lot of films about war just to kind of get into the soldier's mindset.
Do you have to be cut off your emotions when you do these kinds of jobs?
Unfortunately, like, the more and more I'm practicing law, the more and more I like realize why you, like, as a human being, you have to develop a Zen philosophy, and you have to just like focus on the idea that it's a practice and there's no beginning and no end, and like you can't focus on the end of things. You can't focus on like, oh, I'm going to get this case to the end. You just have to focus on your daily task, on what's in front of you, and you can't get too attached to it, and you can't let it like involve your emotions and shit. So it's like I'm constantly working on that. Like, but I really want to be like that, but you have to like really detach from outcome, and you have to be like, this is just today's time. Like, I have a case right now that it sucks, and I'm working so much on it. Like, I am working so hard on this motherfucking case, and it's a great experience in the sense that it's really challenging me, and I'm lawyering well. I'm doing a good job, but like, I'm a fucking like little country attorney, and so like these defense firms just beat the living shit out of me, and I just have to like,
and they have like limitless funds.
Some of the big firms do. The little ones, or like the medium-sized ones, they just have more funds than I do, and like a defense attorney's job is just to beat the shit out of you, and so it's like I'm just taking a beating, but there'll be moments throughout the practice where I'm very proud of my lawyering ability, and I'm like very proud of the skills I've developed, and that makes me feel good for like 3 minutes.
Do they try to like wear you down mentally, and it's like a conscious choice where like, we might not be able to win the case, but like we'll drag it out?
Well, yeah, I mean, they all try to drag it out because that wears you down, and then they're, in every communication they have with you, they're antagonistic, so it's like an abusive relationship. So they whenever they talk to you like you're being bad, like you're doing something wrong, like you're a bad boy, and you're like, the trick is you can't like fall into the trap of like arguing with them. You got to conserve your energy. You just have to like keep moving the case forward. Just keep moving it forward. Deal with the judge. Be respectful. Keep moving the case forward.
Yeah, they're trying to like throw you off, so you like they're doing like a lot of non sequiturs where like you're like you trying to argue the case, and they like make a comment about like how your shoes are dirty or some shit like that.
It's a lot of mishigas. It's like a lot of like
what's that word you said?
Mishigas. Like
mishigas. I like that.
Yeah, it's like a lot of stushing around. You know, it's like the lesson is, when in any job you do, you have to detach somewhat,
but it's still gonna in some way define who you are. The small amount of experience I have with like the legal bullshit is I got charged. I guess I got charged.
You want to tell this story?
Yeah, I can tell you a story. Do you know the story?
You've told me this story, but you may not want to tell this story.
It's way past like statute of limitations.
I know, but maybe
no names. But basically, this woman was a lawyer on $1 million retainer for this company, filed a fake police report just to push the case along so that I would get charged with something.
I remember you told me that story once outside of a show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell. I don't know.
All right, I'm not gonna go into details.
Don't go into details.
I won't go into details.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. Whenever you're like, oh, someone filed a fake police report, everyone's gonna be like,
what?
they're like, really?
Oh, like there was a real police report?
Yeah. No one's gonna believe you because even though you might be right, it's just so rare. It's such a rare thing that like people aren't gonna believe you. I guess you don't come out looking super trustworthy from that story.
Yeah.
You should cut it from whatever this is. You should cut this.
I mean, if somebody's watching an hour 30 into this podcast and sees this little smidgen of
culpability,
yeah, then good for you.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, like the amount of craziness that got made up, and like I feel like nobody who knows me would like believe it, but I guess it is what it is. I moved on, but it just opened my eyes to like the tactics that legal teams will use. Like, there's no like right or wrong. It's like we have a need to serve our client who's paying a shit ton of money, and if we don't do it, they might just say like, oh, well, we'll just get a different firm who's willing to do anything.
Totally.
All right, a few more questions. I know we're like kind of like going into the overtime
It's all right.
periods.
It's good. It's good to get it out. It's good to get it out.
Actually, I have a few personal questions about like that are work related. Do you feel like your job affects your love life? Like, do you feel like when you drop the fact that you're a lawyer, it like piques people's interest, or the opposite, where they're like, oh, this guy's a lawyer, gross?
It's probably so it's such a hard question. I don't know, because I'm not aware of people being like, oh, they're a lawyer, gross. Like, I always, growing up, I thought like the lawyers, my dad and like my uncle, not my real uncles, but like, a family friend who I called an uncle, and like the other lawyers in my community, I always thought they were cool. So I never like.
Interesting. So you grew up in a family where a lot of people practice law.
No, only my dad, but like other people. And then when I got to, it was like they were funny, like they were just like funny, cool people were the lawyers I knew. And then I got to law school and started going into the profession. I saw that that's not necessarily the norm. There's a lot of lawyers that are very stiff and kind of like very stiff, but like very smart, but just like very stiff.
Yeah.
But then I also meet a lot of lawyers that are just like cool and funny. So I don't know. It's like, I think I know a lot. There's like, it was kind of like there were a lot of like cool and funny attorneys that I went to law school with, and then there's also a lot of attorneys that are very stiff. So, but I think some people, I think it's hard to say, because I think I'm also like, in my love life, I think I'm like very much a character and a specific taste. So if like someone likes me, they like me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same way. It's like I'm very polarizing. People will either like me or they'll dislike me. There's very few people who are like, I'll take it or leave it. So people usually have an opinion on me.
Yeah, you strike a hard opinion, but that's cool. I mean, that's what makes a good artist. It's like an artist has to strike a strong opinion. So that's a good prerequisite for art.
Yeah, and some people like will watch you because they hate you, but you know what? They're still watching.
Yeah, baby.
This is more of a general question. How do you feel about like 9-to-5 jobs or just jobs overall? Do you feel like it's a necessary evil, or do you feel like it could be something that's more enriching to your life?
I mean, I think work is work. And I think yeah, I don't know. I think it's tricky. It's hard to imagine. I know that it's like, right now it would be awesome if I could, make all my money from my writing and my painting.
Yeah.
So part of me like yearns for that, but who knows? Like if I started getting all my money from my writing and painting, I may like resent the process and be like, oh, this is what I have to do for work, and then I would have to find like new other things to bring me joy. So it's like I think work is really hard, and I think it's both. I mean, I think it is I feel like with the law, it's like I'm very proud of. I've been doing this one thing for a long time. I continue to improve, and that gives me value to society. So that's something I'm proud of. and that's what's enriching. And also I have a nice kind of little mini network of people I communicate with that's like rewarding, but it's also work is fucking tough, bro, and it's like it's killing me right now. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but I think it's actually important that you mentioned you continue to improve, because one of the things that I resented about my career is at some point I stopped giving a fuck and I just plateaued. I was like doing enough to get by. I did SEO, and like you constantly have to change, like learn things, because the way the algorithm works, it's very similar to social media. You always have to like read about it. And at some point I was just getting by with a bare minimum. Like I'm gonna read like the big like updates they push, but ultimately I didn't want to improve. But for you, it seems like you're always growing and getting better, which I think is very, very valuable. So if you have a job, I think one of the most critical things is, even if you're like at a factory conveyor belt, you're getting better at that conveyor belt job. If you're at some point just like doing it the same way, you're like, all right, punch in, punch out, then you really start like kind of deteriorating.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
so that's a good point.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So it's a very good advice if anybody's watching. Improve at your job at all times, or get another job. Just dishing out some career advice.
Very good. Very good.
All right. This one is I ask everybody, what is your single worst job experience? And it could be anything, whether like it was shitty coworkers, bad boss. Like, what's a job where you remember it like in a bad light?
I think any job where I feel unhappy is when I'm not interested in the subject matter, and then it's really hard. But if there's any part of the job that like stimulates me intellectually, I'm all right.
What about like coworkers? Because I know like a lot of legal people tend to be very cutthroat. Do you ever feel like you're always challenged by the fact that people are always trying to get the best of you?
Well, so I work for myself, so I don't have coworkers. I talk to like one of my best friends who does the same thing I do, and so he's always very supportive. Like, he's great. And then when I'm really in a difficult on my difficult cases, like the really challenging ones, I'll lean on my dad for support and like get game from him.
Support system. That's good.
Yeah, it's a support system. Like, it's just super, but it's like.
And he understands because he's also a lawyer, right?
Yeah, and we didn't do the same type of law. He was a big law guy, but he's extraordinarily helpful, and it really reduces a lot of my anxiety.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost there. I'm not gonna keep you much longer. Just a couple more things, and we'll wrap it up. If you could go back to high school days, knowing everything you know right now, would you still pick the same career path, go to the same schools, or would you be like, you know what, maybe I should try studying something else? That's a super hypothetical question.
Yeah, I don't know, because like the person I would have been, I think if I was in high school, I would have never. It's so hard. I can't answer that.
Yeah. If I go back in time, I'd probably kill Hitler. But
well,
priorities.
You asked me if you had to go back to high school. Hitler wasn't alive when I was in high school.
That's true. Oh man, got me on technicality.
No, you just changing the question.
I know. I'm being facetious. This is a small dick situation.
No, you don't. You don't have a small dick. You don't have a small dick.
You know who had a small dick? Hitler.
I heard that.
They said that's why he was so angry all the time.
Yeah, he was. I feel like
he was mad at the Jews. They're like, their dicks are so big they can cut a piece off and still have enough.
That's funny, dude. That's funny. Why don't you say that? Dude, the Hitler thing, like, if I can, I notice, like, on first dates, like, I tend to bring up
Hitler?
I bring up the Holocaust usually, and I also bring up Drake. And it's like on every first date, I always end up I always mention the Holocaust, and I always talk about Drake. It's like those are two very.
How many second dates do you get?
I get second dates, man, but I always bring up Hitler.
Yeah, I think it's like when something's on your mind, inevitably you'll
talk about it.
You'll push it.
You'll talk about you'll talk about the shit you like, but like I feel like Jews are just upset. Like
I think it's an American Jew thing.
Yeah,
in
we're
Russia,
just obsessed with Hitler.
The Holocaust was like not a World War II is seen as a war. It wasn't like this is like all about the Holocaust and the Jews. Like in America, especially the Jewish people,
it's the Holocaust.
It's like come on. It's like
What do you mean? Come on! It's very serious. It's
very serious, but it's a great way to kill a conversation.
I disagree, and I disagree with everything you just said on the record. I disagree with everything you just said.
You love talking Holocaust?
I don't love talking about it, but I like it weighs heavy on the American Jew's psyche, and like as a result, it is discussed because it's just like a very specific, serious, and horrific event that like very much happened very recently.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the entirety of human history is like not crazy long. Like if you go back even to like ancient civilizations, they're not that ancient.
No. But like the Holocaust is like
is there still people alive who saw it?
Yeah, I mean it's like less than 100 years ago.
Yeah, I was at a riding in a park and like this older woman and her husband were like, they just say hi to me, and she just casually drops, oh yeah, he was in the Holocaust. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, the people who are alive are like the babies now, because it's like it was the babies because it started so long ago.
Well, the haircut came out great.
Thank you. Well, he's Russian, so it's like you're biased because you guys have the same POV.
I cut my own hair, so
really,
Russian guy cuts my hair. Yeah.
What do you do on the sides?
I used to cut it short. I do like 3, 2, 1. Then I moved it up to 4, 3, 2. Yeah. And I did this a few days ago. I think I did like 6, 5, 4.
So you do 6, and then you go 5.
6, 5, 4. Yeah.
What do you do on top?
On
just
top, scissors. Or this time I didn't even touch it.
Yeah. It seemed like I had a buzz cut for a while. Before I had really long hair. Then I did buzz cut for like a year and a half or whatever. And then recently I was just like, all right, I'm going to like grow it out and just kind of keep it normal. So it was kind of tricky for me to go to the barber the first time because they're like, what do you want? But I was just like, just a little bit shorter on the sides, take a little off the top, and just say that like generic thing. And then I'm like, he's going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like,
but he's going to do the best haircut he knows how to do.
Right.
For dating purposes, do you feel like long hair was a good move?
No, I mean, for dating, I honestly, and I'm gonna say, I know I sound like a broken record, but I really think dating is all about getting your energy right. Mm-hmm. That's it. And like, it's hard to know when you're like slumping, because right now you're like slumping.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Fuck.
Well, you said that. You're like, I haven't got laid in a while.
Yeah.
I'm anxious. I'm smoking weed all day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm unemployed.
It's a lot of things at the same time.
The apps aren't working.
Yep.
I'm talking about
how the weather sucks.
So it's hard for you to be like, oh yeah, my energy's right. But like, if you like got your shit together, your energy would be better, and then you may have a better time dating. Because people want to be with people whose energy's good.
That's true. Yeah.
And you
don't want to be around somebody mopey.
No, and also it really has nothing. I mean, how you look and stuff, I think, is super important. Don't get me wrong, but like, I mean, I'm not in the best shape of my life at all, and it kills me. It absolutely kills me. But like, ultimately, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but also like if you're shredded but you look miserable,
you're still bad. I mean, it's all about what's on the inside. It's like that's why there's like that beautiful Buddha energy. Like he's like
the happy fat guy. It's like you want to be around him.
You want to be around him
because he makes you happy.
Yeah, because you right. So it's I don't know. That's what I think. I don't think the dating thing. This is what I think. I don't think the dating thing you can like you can't like figure out the game. Like it's not a game. It's like it is a game, but it's like you can't like you can't be strategic. You gotta like, this is back to the blind spot idea. You gotta just like let the stuff that you're maybe not naturally good at flow through you.
Yeah. That's good. That's good advice. I think one of the most important things you should basically say, and tell me if I'm summarizing it right, focus on yourself and the good will come to you once you fix everything and improve it.
I think even,
Manifest it.
I mean, I've had a friend who I really respect. He's like, he made a list of the qualities you want. He made a list of the qualities he wanted in his partner. But then I heard Benny Blanco, who is like this really successful music producer.
Yeah.
He said the thing about the list, but then he also said you got to eliminate all the bad things in your life. He's like, you know what's bad for you. He's like, you got to cut all that stuff out and identify the list. The point is that that's what he said.
Yeah, no, he's totally right. I think it's like
I think he's totally right. It's like, it's a twofold. It's like, identify what you want, but also it's like, you gotta, for you to be an attractive partner, you gotta put your egos, you gotta put your ego aside.
Yeah, make a list of what you want and also think of the list that they have. It probably doesn't include like masturbating all day to porn.
No. Or like smoking a bunch of weed and chilling out and doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is not nothing. I'm definitely like building a little mini comedy empire. It's just a very short, very slow process.
Dude, I don't think this is nothing, but...
Yeah. All right, the way we wrap this up is every guest on a post-it note writes advice or a tip for anybody who's out of work, underemployed, maybe trying to get out of a job they hate, or just general life advice, things that you think would improve their life. So some things that people have said, like keep a routine, like own up to your mistakes, things of that nature. It could be as general life advice or specific to work, but you're a very experienced young man with a lot of like background working and also life experience because you lived in like 3 different places at this point.
Yeah.
Like
Cali and New York, but like Northern California and Southern California.
Yeah, I count those as 2 different places.
Me too.
Yeah, so based on like what you have, and use the branded New York Times pen that I got for free while working at the New York Times.
Very cool. So do I say it out loud?
You could write it out and then say it out loud once you finish writing. Whatever you prefer. We're loosey goosey. Also, we're coming up on not 2 hours, but like close. So if anybody's still watching, like they'll tolerate anything you do at this point. They're not turning it off with 2 minutes left. All right, what do we got?
Take your job seriously.
Take your job seriously.
Take it seriously.
And by a job, meaning everything in life or just specifically work?
Your work. I mean, you have to, like... Every client that comes across my desk, I like take such pride in my work. I'm like, I'm gonna do the best job possible. Like, no slacking off. Like, this is important.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like I'm not fucking around. Like, I can't help it. I'm like, I'm gonna give you the best I got.
That's a great approach. Just do it. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah, but I'm so weak at the gym, man. I'm such a fucking pussy at the gym, and it drives me crazy.
Is it just the muscle pain that you can't power through?
I struggle with the physical pain. Yeah, I struggle with the physical pain.
Man, the manifestation of the perfect Jew.
I know. I'm the perfect Jew. I can do the mental, but the physical is just like, it's killing me.
What about have you considered doing like more cardio?
I've started to do more cardio, and that helps.
Yeah,
but
cardio is like it's more of like a dull pain. So like if you're running, it will also hurt, especially the next day. But I find that like weights they were very hard for me to get into, and like I struggle still, because like it's not a pleasant thing. Like the people who are like gym rats, they're amazing because like they like the pain. They're fucking masochists. Yeah. I'm like now looking forward to like working out. I'm not looking forward to like the pain, like the soreness after. Yeah. So it's like it's a very much uphill battle, especially for us whiny Jews.
Dude, I hate physical pain. I hate physical pain.
Yeah.
And when I lift weights, but I don't lift weights to make it so it hurts. So it's like this very slow build of muscle.
Yeah.
And like I know that like for you to get shredded and look good, you got to just like put yourself into a ton of pain.
Have you considered? Are you doing like low resistance, high reps? Or are you doing like high rates?
I'm kind of just doing it.
Hey, we could also just cut this because we're pretty much done. Thank you guys so much. This has been Let's Get Fired with David Phillips. Before we wrap it up, do you want to plug anything? Is there anything you need to like the world to know about you?
No. You can look at my Instagram. It has all my paintings.
Yes, get us paintings.
Philly
I have no eye for art, so I don't understand it. But
Philly paints. No, the paintings are good.
The paintings are good, and also a lot of my friends have your paintings. So
that's true. People buy my paintings, so
yes,
that's nice.
I've been to multiple houses with David's
the paintings are there.
Yes,
that's beautiful. All right, thank you, Alex. This was fun.
Thank you all so much.